Alright, let's do some work with some modeling here. So I know last time I left off, I think I was talking about working with a model that I had designed called a person model, but in this way, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different, maybe more practical. We're going to make a login model here, and a login page and how all that works. So first thing we're going to do is let's create our model. So you're going to right click on your MVC project here, and under our models folder, we're going to hit add, and we're going to say a new class, or we're going to say add class. All I did was right click, and then so our window prompt is going to come up here. I'm going to name this class login, and then it's going to create our structure for it here. So now we need to do a couple things. We need to include some some namespaces here. So first thing we need to do is include the data notations model. And we're going to include the dynamic data model as well. So that's the system component model, data notations, and that's system web dynamic data. And so let's start with the username, right? So we're going to say public string username, and we'll give it a getter and just a default getter and setter. And we'll say, get my cursor out of the way there, and we'll give him a password. Alright, so that's just all you really ever have on your login, right? And we can even do a remember me, right? Remember me. So let's start with that. So first thing, we know that the username is required, right? So we're going to give it an attribute. So you can see here, you can see mine's still caching, but it's required. And then we're going to give it an error message here in these parentheses. And the error message is a string, and we're going to say, please enter your username. That will be the username. And now we need to get a data type. And the data type is a text. It's just text, right? So all we've done so far, maybe I'll format that so it's a little bit easier. So we said it's required, and then in the parameters here, we say error message is equal to, and whatever you want your error message to pop out as to the user. So if they enter like a blank text box and they hit submit, this is the message that will pop up. So, and then this also tells the Visual Studio when it does the visual schema that we're expecting a text box to be here, and it's just of type text. So. And then finally we have the display column, or sorry, we have the display, it's just display. And this is what the label will look like, and it's just going to say username. So it's going to create a label automatically, and you'll see how it does that. It's going to create a label for us for the username, and then it'll just say username. So let's go do a couple more of these here. Actually, I won't do any spacing for the sake of this, but I'm going to say required. Error message equals, please enter your password. Data type. You're going to do data type.password. So now it knows that when it makes that input field, it's going to make it as a password, and the other one, it's going to make the input field as a text. For those of you who are familiar with HTML input, you can give it different types. You can give it password, date, telephone, text, all sorts. So, and then finally do data type. We'll do display, and name is equal to password. This is how the label will be displayed for this field. And then finally we'll have the remember me, and we'll have, it's not required, so we're not going to add that attribute. And there is no data type for remember me because it's just a Boolean actually type. So all it's just going to say, display name equals remember me. That's it.